you know what though? Like there was that interesting question that you were asking in the group chat about what was it? Oh yeah, what would you man do? Yeah, if you were to win like $1 million, like, what was the first thing you would spend it on? I don't know what was first.
Well, 1 million is not a lot of money.
That's a very good point.
First of all,
I think
go very
mortgage.
no, but it's not.
No, it's not.
In the grand sense, if you buy 2 cribs that are worth 500k, you're done.
Well, I'm not buying a house.
What would you buy? What would you cash? If $1 million, would you buy a house?
I'll pay off my parents' mortgage.
Oh.
Wait, actually no. Let's see what each person would say. Actually, yeah? You have to say it quickly though. Yeah, not too much.
I already said mine.
Okay, your first 3 things you spend on.
Tithe, sort out my parents and my siblings and
God
niece
bless.
and that. Probably sort out wedding and all that kind of stuff in house, and that's about it. And invest in my people.
So tithe, wedding, invest. Yeah, like you.
So 1 million lands in my account.
1 million, not naira. Oh.
Yeah,
Like
not
now.
naira.
Not naira.
Davido style.
First of all, I'm gonna buy good man suya.
Suya?
Just because I'm happy.
First
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, first thing.
Wow.
I'm buying suya.
What's wrong with
I'm buying suya.
He's in Boston,
buying
Nigeria.
So that you can buy right
You
now.
can buy it right now. Wait, hold on, time. All of you, oh my god, I'm gonna invest Fortune 500. Fuck that. I said, we'll get there. We'll get to that. But
guy
I'm
said
saying,
Fortune 500.
you log into your internet banking now, you see 6 zeros. First, I'm treating everyone to shawarma first.
Ooh,
We're
shawarma.
eating shawarma first.
Not even Hakkasan.
But who said we want
Who want Hakkasan? I
want
want prefer
They don't eat then.
this guy?
You're saying it like it's your million. If it's my million, I say, okay, cool.
So you got
They're gonna
suya.
force me to
Okay, I'll show you
I'll
first.
eat
And
suya
shawarma
first.
as well.
And
shawarma.
Also, and shawarma.
and he's back.
Listen, like we never left. Like we never left. Already, I'm going sweating.
I'll do that.
Wait.
That's
Suya,
a new dish.
Shawarma.
I'm buying suya.
Shawarma,
I'm gonna
yeah.
eat. I'm gonna buy food because I'm happy. So I'm
Okay,
gonna
so
eat
that's 2 you've used on food. You've only got one more.
suya, £10.
is
Shawarma,
your God.
$8.99.
Tell him
You've only got one more option.
Yeah, one more option. What? No, I'm not gonna spend a whole 1 million on the suya.
I'm just saying, you've got
I'm
3.
gonna-
You've only said.
£10 from 1 million. Yeah, no, it's
And
fine.
also, what's your third thing?
Then I can start thinking about, the investments and all of that stuff.
So is it
I'll buy a house
yeah?
in Nigeria as well.
Alright, cool.
Cool.
So we've got suya, shawarma, and house in Nigeria. Oh, you look paper streets.
Everything is centered around
Ayo,
Nigeria.
Thank you.
My guy.
I'll get a watch.
Done now.
Investment piece.
Rolly.
Yeah, when?
Where the investment
Rich
piece?
million.
RM.
Yeah, you live on,
bro.
Therefore,
I'll get a property as well. Probably get a new car as well. Sorry.
in the north.
That's free though. Can't lie.
How many am I meant to do?
You just free. You
No,
just
then
go
that's
free.
it. I'm so
That's
sorry.
it.
Wait, no. Wait. I need to change mine then. You did.
What do you mean? You've done yours.
No, wait.
The first 3 things you spend on.
And you
No,
said
no,
shawarma,
no,
first said
no,
to
no,
Quentin.
no,
No. I
Yeah.
thought you said what am I doing first, and
Yeah,
then.
it is.
So the
First
first thing,
three
wait,
things.
hold on. I'm still buying suya.
So that's the first thing you used then, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's that.
Oh, boy, you want to swap the shawarma out?
2 left. You want 2 left, bro.
No, you want to swap?
No, I said. No, I'm saying.
thought about it and he
No,
said,
I
"I
said you were asking. No, wait. I'm saying I look into my account. I see $1 million.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy food because I'm happy, and then after that, then I'm gonna invest. Then I'm- Then I'm gonna invest it and do all the sensible stuff. But I'm buying food first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. You can continue. Now, because the way it made it seem, I don't want it to be like I have 1 million. I'm just eating suya.
Okay.
1 million worth of
Your
suya. Nah.
your second one didn't cover yourself in any more growth.
Yeah, bro. Man
I
said shawarma.
tried.
I said already. So first thing, pay off my parents' mortgage.
Oh, yeah.
I think second, it's kind of the same, but actually second I'll probably buy a yard. I think third I'll get a new it.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, mine's the same as Missy. So tithe, pay off mortgage, and then like look to try and make that thing flip.
By the way, guys, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna pay tithes as well. Yeah.
Thank you. Hold on. In all seriousness, though, if I get $1 million,
You can't change your team, don't you start?
no, wait. Seriously, I feel like the first thing I'd look to get is a financial advisor.
Yeah.
Even before I buy anything, before I spend it
No,
at
you
all.
just start to
I mean, after the suya, I'm getting a finance. Because deeply, I don't think I'll be able to like manage $1 million.
100%.
Smartly, I don't think so. I need like a financial advisor to tell me how to like strategize and plan the money. Then
Even that
I'll think about
time,
whatever.
I'm just
I'm gonna pay direct debit on that.
You see that track? You're transforming the whole track. You have a dedicated chair for you. You have your own usher.
Okay, imagine you pay the 100K at time, yeah. See next week your pastor pulls in with a beamer. Sorry?
I can't lie.
Huh?
I want extra meat pie, extra soup, more any
Uncle,
event.
run me my 100 bags.
You need to run the church program before we do it.
Run me the 100 bags, blood.
What's it? No,
New
what's it?
E-class.
What's it? No, I think.
70 plate. Nah.
But you, man.
Wait, hold on. I think just before we go, just to round it off, yeah, I'm gonna. You see your meat one, yeah. Can't lie. I don't know why you like meat so much.
Pause.
Wait. Your one.
Hey, no, I hate you, man. Why are you not like this? Like,
Why are they
every
like
time.
this?
Sorry, you said meat one. What do you
Bro, suya and shawarma, that's all meat, no?
Oh yeah.
Sometimes fish, bro.
Sometimes fish in it, but no.
I don't like it, Jack. No, you don't.
But you, man,
Quickly,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
not filling.
If I was to do it as well, just to get you on my side.
Oh yeah, we didn't even ask you. Sorry. What would you do with a 1 million?
Yeah, that's man about me, you know.
Yeah.
But no. If I was to do it, I'll definitely pay off parents' mortgages first. I think that'll definitely be one, and then divide a portion for my siblings. I'll be honest. Just a small kinkiny bits, you know, not too much
That means
because I
small
need to.
in your mouth.
Yeah, small, and then probably look to sort of invest in a house, property, or something, or whatever. Just you get me. So I think that would be my.
That makes a lot of sense.
But Bishop, sorry, you want that?
Fam, we got a dilemma though. It's not I want that, but someone sent in the dilemma.
Someone sent it, yeah.
So I'm gonna read it out to you, man, and then we'll get some opinions.
By the way, if you have any more dilemmas, please
Send them through.
Send them.
Because we'll really answer them.
We're really ready
Yeah.
to answer. Let's go.
You can even say, I'm asking for a friend.
No, you're not.
Alright, cool. So, hey SB Live, really love the pod, by the way. So my dilemma is, thank you for loving the pod. But my dilemma is this. There is a couple that are engaged and are due to get married. They are friends with one of my friends. I recently found out that the groom-to-be has been sleeping with one of my male mutual friends.
Sorry?
Should I say...
No, you have to wheel it, bro.
Sorry?
No, you have to wheel it, bro. Because what?
Oh, God.
This world is treacherous.
Brother.
You have to wheel it, bro.
Wait, let me read that paragraph again. They are friends, so the couple are friends with one of her friends. So I presume... Well, so I presume she doesn't actually know the couple. But I recently found out that the groom-to-be has been sleeping with one of my male mutual friends. Should I say something or just mind my business?
First and
So she
foremost.
doesn't know the
You
couple.
say don't mind.
First and
Let me
foremost.
come and speak.
First and
All
foremost.
I'm going to say, you know, for me, don't get involved.
Yeah, bro. First and foremost, mind your business.
You see you?
Because you see that one there. That one there is a mountain you're not trying to uncover from. Because, bro.
I feel sorry for the woman, fam.
Don't get involved.
The brat.
Don't get involved. Don't get involved.
So, buddy's just pretending.
Because you know what's gonna happen?
She's living a lie, bro.
Bro, there's so many people that try to tell people your partner's cheating. Like, how do you know?
True.
They'll just demonize you, and you might not even have sufficient evidence. Then you're the page.
So let's give this person advice. Let's go around. What are we actually saying to this situation? So, because the person's asking, should I get involved or
is
not?
that she should mind her business because I can't lie, bro. You don't want to be the one uncovering this.
Yeah.
She's gonna be scarred. Every time she looks at your face, she's gonna be thinking, "You're the one that told me."
You're the
back,
one.
man."
No, but she could be happy.
Time. Is this person friends with both the
No,
groom-to-be
she's not
and the...
friends with a couple. She said they're friends with one of her friends.
Also,
So
she's
it's
like
like-
a third-party
Also,
friend.
what's her dilemma?
But
then?
Yes.
her boy,
So it's like-
but her boy is
From what I
doing-
read here, it's like,
What's
so let's say you're a couple, just
Yeah.
figuratively speaking, yeah, and I don't know you, man, but I know Shegs, and he's your boy, and I found out that you're sleeping with another girl. Yeah, this is a messed up example. Sleeping with another girl. So I'm like, shall I tell the couple? Should I even tell Shegs? So that he can then tell them.
His boy.
Yeah.
See this?
So you don't know any of the
You
parties.
don't know
involved.
them, but you found out.
No, you don't know any of the parties involved. You don't know the other person. You don't know.
But
the
you
couple.
know a mutual friend of theirs.
No. So you don't know the person, and you don't know. Then shut your dirty mouth. Then what the hell?
I'm out not dirty. I'm out not dirty.
I feel like she likes the point. I'm out.
I mean, bro,
You get to message us and ask for our
okay,
advice.
it's not.
That's a
there.
good mouth.
Bro,
Thank you.
You don't know the person that's getting played. You don't know the person that's doing.
Wow.
She's just trying to be a
Keep
good
your
Samaritan.
peace.
Yeah, I think it's a good Samaritan.
Good Samaritan is how people get killed.
I don't even think this one is good Samaritan.
Yeah,
bro.
what
Advice. What would
Hey, what do you do?
That's a tough one. I think from the dynamic that she's explained there, if she don't really like know the couple, then she can't go to them because like,
Who are you, bro?
like who are you type thing.
Yeah.
And like I would say it depends on if the friend of the couple actually knows or not. If they're aware, then you can probably approach them and try to get the friend to chat to my man and be like, bro, what you're doing is mad. But if that friend doesn't know, then it's tricky because then you go into the friend.
I'm Ray Charles, bro. I'm Ray Charles.
Wait, can I ask a follow up question? So let's say your boy is in a relationship, and you're friends with the girl as well. Yeah, your boy's cheating, or cheated or whatever, and you find out, are you gonna tell him to confess to his girl, or are you gonna be like, bro, on the level, like stop, and then just keep it hush, hush?
Are you
and
equal
no
friends with both?
Yeah, like you're cool
It's
with.
not like you're close.
where's the loyalty
You're cool
like?
with him.
Girl, my dog.
Yeah, the girl's your dog as well.
And the guys, the
So what
equal.
is-
So like let your male friend, this girl, you're friends with her too. Let's say you have a relationship with her as well. You find out he's cheating on her or he's cheated on her. Would you go to him on the level and be like, bro, you're doing a mad thing, like stop. If you're gonna take this girl serious, take her serious, stop your bullshit. Or are you gonna be like, my guy, I found out, can't lie to you, you gotta tell her, you gotta come clean.
Or I'm going to tell her.
Or I'm gonna tell her. What approach are you taking?
It depends where the loyalties are lying. Because, bro, there has to be somewhere where
Well,
the
you said
loyalty
it's
is
equal,
stronger.
like your
That's
friend
not
bro.
possible. I don't think that's possible.
It's never equal.
I don't think it's possible.
It's never
And I think, for me personally, it depends on where the loyalty is, If the loyalty is with the lady, then can't lie to you. Personally, I'll tell bro, like, yo, you have to tell her still.
This is your dog though. Like,
No, but then that's what I'm saying. That it depends on where the loyalty is. If the lady is my dog and I found out that man
but they're both your dogs
no,
though.
but this is what I'm saying. It depends on where the loyalty is, For me, that's
All right, cool.
Because there's no way it can be
2
50-50.
seconds. Let me make it relatable for you.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. The girl's your dog. The guy's one of the SB man.
Yeah, but then if it's one of the SB man, then you get me.
No,
like,
but she's your dog though. Like you know that since
Wait,
you were
so you're
5.
closer with the girl.
No, because he's saying, oh yeah, but if the girl's my dog, I'm saying,
I
tell the
won't
girl.
lie,
But I'm
though.
saying the girl's your dog.
Listen,
but
sis, if I'm being very honest,
but the guy is the SB. He's
I'll be
one of the man them.
Because I don't really have ladies that are close to me to the SB, it's hard for me to
No,
sort
I'm
of...
saying in this hypothetical
Yeah, I
situation.
can't lie, I'm siding with the man then. I'll tell bro.
So you side with the man then?
I'll tell bro, listen, look, what you're doing is mad. I'm not going to snitch on bro. Like, that's a mad
What
thing.
you doing though?
I'm not going to snitch on bro. That's a mad
I
thing.
can't lie, loyalty is priceless, man. I can't lie.
Yeah.
With the guys, I'm so sorry. But
Well,
I'm
she's
gonna
your
al-
dog though.
I know it's my dog, but I'm also gonna tell my boy, fix up, man. You got a good one
Yeah,
there.
bro. You have to tell bro to fix that.
So
Person.
second
But
option.
snitching.
What about you? Me.
First and second, by the way.
It's none of my business.
Wait.
Man said
So,
Ray
so
Charles.
to the dilemma and to this, are we basically saying it's none of my business?
Oh, Ray Charles.
Ray
Do you know
Charles,
why,
that
though?
thing.
Do you know what the thing is? It's because in your dilemma, it's
It's not me or
in the
it's some-
Dilemma that you read out. Yeah. This guy doesn't want no stain on his name.
She doesn't know any of them.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, bro, like you're taking yourself into a problem that you have no
Yeah,
part
it's
in.
true, man.
They haven't invited you to the
I'll
dinner. Why
say-
are you going?
Just
say
started
for
stress.
the first one,
who
yeah,
told you? How'd you find out?
Yeah.
Dilemma you
Yes.
said, I ain't getting involved. The second one, I'm telling my boy,
Yeah,
I can't lie to you.
Yeah.
Fix it.
Fix up,
You
yeah.
did a mad thing. I don't conduct. Fix it.
Yeah.
And I'll apply pressure.
And I'll apply pressure. Like
Yeah, man.
That's why I was
Serious
Like,
pressure.
yeah.
Like,
I was gonna say,
Pattern up, bro. Or just lock her. Or just lock her. If
Yeah.
you're trying to do a mad thing in a row, lock her and then go do your
I
thing.
would
But
give timeline for him to.
yeah, fam.
Personally,
Lock
though.
it or yeah.
I'll give you, if I heard this
Again, yeah. Then it can be.
again, I'm blowing up the whole team. All of it's getting blown up.
It's 50-50 love, innit?
Yeah.
Cool, because I'm about to say, bruv, like, if the loyalty's with the man, then it's with the man, if it's with the lady,
Yeah,
it's with the lady.
no,
Like,
yeah.
I can't lie, for me, that's just how I see it. Like, if my loyalty is more with her, then bro, you have to tell her otherwise, bro. I'm gonna-
thing is,
I'm gonna
yeah,
tell
but
her.
I wanna-
can't
I'll
lie.
still
But if
tell
it's-
you to.
But if it's no, that's not what I'm saying. If it's with her,
Yeah.
I will tell him, bro, you need to whatever. Or I'm actually going to tell because she's my G. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or if it's with you, then I'll just tell you.
I
bro,
can't lie.
tell her, I won't tell her.
Unless
It's
she's
not my
family.
business.
Unless she's family, I ain't telling.
Okay, what if you?
Unless it's like a repeated thing over time,
Yeah,
but
bro,
I ain't
no.
telling. I ain't telling the girl.
No, that's what I'm
Impossible.
saying. For me, it's just if she's more close to me than
Yeah.
that, and that's it.
What were you
If
gonna
she's
say?
more close
Just
to me
final thing, I
than
was gonna say, what if he's using your name to lie and she builds it?
Huh?
Is Jermaine with him?
He's using my name to lie after I told him to stop cheating.
Yeah.
I'm blowing up the whole shit. Blowing it.
You brought me in.
Yeah, you brought me
Nah,
in.
now
Now I'm blowing
now
up.
I'm
Now I'm
acting
blowing
really
up.
gonna mess up
I'm
with you.
blowing
Let's say
everything.
let's say he's been using your name to lie.
Ah,
And I didn't know.
You didn't know, and you find out the time you use your name to lie.
Blowing it up.
I'm blowing up.
He's been.
I'm blowing
blowing
up.
up.
Because
You not blowing up.
I'm blowing
if
up.
if I'm using your name to lie,
blowing up.
You're
if
mad.
I'm using your name to lie, what I'm gonna do is, yo, Chef, I can't lie to you. Like the missus saw a mad thing on my phone. She might bail you, back it. I beg you, bro. I beg you, back it. At least you know. So if she calls you,
Give me the heads up.
but
At least.
I didn't tell you nothing and she bailed you. Blow up my shit, bro. Blow
Yeah, I'm
it,
blowing
bro.
up as well.
Blow it. I'm blowing
You
it.
know what the thing is, yeah? You can be prepped and you know. We'll never be in that situation.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
forbid.
We'll never be. We'll never be.
Let's
Yeah.
not, let's not get, yeah.
Black men
Just be
do
looking at
not
you sideways.
cheat,
Yes, we don't.
especially when they're
quick one.
Yoruba as well.
So off the back of the question he had about the 1 million thing,
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this actually. Like, do you think we're destined to be rich? Do you know what I mean by that? Like, everyone in society wants to be rich.
Statistically, no.
Speak on that, Mr. Mathematician.
Statistically, numbers-wise, no, it's not possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
no, statistically it's not. It's
If
not.
everyone's rich, no one's rich.
Who's gonna be the nurses,
Exactly.
the
And
bus drivers?
Even if you, I was thinking about this the other day as well, slightly. I was thinking that if everyone had 200 M's, the price of things will go up.
Yeah.
Inflation will just cause everything to go up. So your ability to command something completely decreases if everyone has the same bubble.
Yeah.
So not everyone can.
But with this in mind, then how do we navigate life? Because it's like naturally everyone has an ambitious mindset. Everyone wants to do great things, start businesses, etc. And we live in an environment now where everyone's looking for the next thing. How do I get rich? Oh, is it crypto? Is it this? Is it that? But if we're not all destined to be rich, what does that mean for everyone then? Does it mean that maybe let me just let me just do what I'm doing?
You know what the thing is, yeah? When you say that, the thing I first ask myself is that, what does it mean to be rich? What is that bar?
Yeah.
And when have I cleared it? The second piece is around, I don't think everyone wants to be. I think some people some people financially want money and stuff like that. Some people are built like that. Some people are made for other things. And you know, for myself, I'm a very simple individual. And like for me, if you ask me what do I want in this world, it's to be a great dad. That's
Yeah,
it.
you've said that.
And I've been saying that since I was a
Yeah.
kid. And that's not because obviously I see how my dad worked, how my parents worked. I was thinking like, wow, they've given me a platform for me to not have to do what they need to do that to them at my house all the time. So how can I be that person for my child? So my thing's always been like, okay, cool. If I'm in a home where I've made tons of bread, a decent amount of money, and have a decision between home or making more money, so it's gonna be my kids. So yeah, so I think, and I feel like some people could fall into that as well. I don't know if you and are similar. I don't know how that goes for you.
I don't know if anyone else wants to.
No, it's mad. Even says in the Bible, some people are meant to be servants and some people are meant to be.
Mad.
You know what I'm saying? So I personally think, do I think I'm meant to be rich? Yeah, I do.
That's your question, actually. That's your question.
I think I'm meant to be rich.
Do you think we're all destined to be rich?
Whoa.
Us, like
It's all in due
individuals.
time, personally. That's
So you believe you are?
Yeah. All in due
What about
time.
you, man?
Yeah, I do.
But what is that?
I know I'm gonna be successful. That I feel that. will
And
be
success
my-
is subjective as well.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's my point.
You can be successful and broke.
So what's success to you?
For me, I feel like success is me fulfilling the stuff that I've been called to do. Yeah, It's a tricky one. I feel like success for me is like it's tied in with your purpose, innit? And I feel like life is like a journey. You go on to try and discover what your purpose is, and then based on your purpose and what you bring to the world and society, I think people get like fulfillment out of that. And sometimes that might bring you wealth, and other times it doesn't. Because we've seen many times that people are rich, but they're not always necessarily happy. So it's like, where's the fine balance? I feel like success for me, like, is just something I've always had an imprint in my heart that I know I'm going to be successful. I know I'm going to be like self-fulfilling. Like whatever I'm called to do, I've got like a reassurance in myself that it's going to come to pass. I don't know how much that equates to like in a monetary sense, but I know that I'm going to be happy. Yeah, for me, I feel like success is basically you like attaining or fulfilling your purpose. So for me, like ever since I've been young, I've never really stressed or worried about my future in a sense of am I going to be rich or am I going to be, things have kind of worked out, and I've always had that reassurance in myself that I will be the man or whatever I was called to kind of be. So that's like a driving force for me anyway in life. So yeah, I feel like life is just a journey where people try and find themselves. They discover their gifts, what they're good at. Are you a good public speaker? Are you talented at music, whatever? And these different things might bring you wealth. You might write a book that might bless like millions of people that read it and help them, with like, start businesses and stuff like that. You might not make that much money from it, but I feel like you've caused an impact and left an imprint that is useful, and that might be something that makes you feel very self-fulfilled and like you look back at your life and you can be happy. Whereas someone that had a lot of money may not necessarily have lived a life or enjoyed it, like maybe they would have rather been around family, but they didn't really get to spend a lot of time with family and stuff like that. So I feel like looking at it from a monetary sense, it's hard to say just because you have a lot of money like that will make you happy or you're successful and stuff like that. So similar to what Sheg said, for me, like as long as I'm around family, I'm making an impact and I'm not struggling for things that I want, and we're humans, we have infinite wants. You can't have everything that you want. But as long as I'm not struggling or lacking things, then I think I'll be calm.
I think that's very.
No, I said that's a great answer.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's really profound because I think a lot of people think wealth is synonymous with impact. So if I'm rich, there's status and I'm doing well and I'm making an impact on the world. And however I get that wealth is how I'm bringing impact. And I think that is the wrong way of thinking. And I think a lot of young people as well think, oh, if I could be rich, I've made it, I'm doing well in life. But doing well in life doesn't necessarily require you to be rich. I think wealth is a byproduct of the stuff you're doing. So like for instance, if my focus in life is to be a specialist in something, and I become someone that's literally known for being a specialist in something, naturally money will slightly come because you're a specialist in it. People require you to do it. But I think often, especially in this society that we live, I think social media is so dangerous now because everyone just wants to be rich. And it's like, first of all, why do you want to be rich? And do you think you'll be happy when you get that money? Do you even think you're destined to be rich? Because if you're not chasing the impact and what you're saying, the impact, the purpose,
what fulfills you?
What fulfills you? Because why are some extremely rich people still killing themselves? Why are some extremely rich people still unhappy in their homes or having drug abuse issues and things like that? Wealth must not be the answer. Yeah. So what does success actually mean to all of you guys? Like,
I was even gonna just say one thing what you said, and I agree with you, is that I think a lot of people don't care for impact. Wow. I feel like, being someone that's a game changer, that changes how people think, how people live, inspiring people. I don't think many people hold that as something they want to achieve. Like this, you alluded to social media. Like, I feel like everyone just wants to look good and have the nice things. I don't think I think we lost that community sense as, I want to say as a race on some levels, like humanity in general. I think the sense of community of like, actually, I want to make everything around me better. I think it's more like, I just want to look great.
Do you know what? It goes back to what Bissy was saying about, or both of you really and truly, about purpose. I feel like for me, it's very important sort of to find your purpose because, like basically said, it will give you that fulfillment. Now, whether money comes out of it or not, like it says, that's up to that's up to the universe or God to decide, isn't it? So for me, before someone comes out, that's the primary.
Bro,
Man, they were gonna chat to
Yeah, real talk, man, they were gonna try
gonna
to
send me a
me.
text, man.
Get me?
So the universe.
But what's it? No, no.
This guy started doing
Hold on,
crystals, bro.
hold on. So what's it? So my point I was trying to make was more so just like that's more decide like God will decide whether you're making monetary impact from that or whatever. But more so, for me, I feel like what would you man do if you're in a situation where I don't know, you've got people around you, they're doing really well, they're successful, you see everybody taking on, but things aren't quite connecting for you, the way you want them to connect. Now, in a situation like that, how do you man sort of console yourself or help yourself continue? How do you continue driving and not be a hater, as in genuinely sort of be motivated and be happy for these people, even though you're not going where you want to go at all? What sort of mechanisms could you man sort of, I don't know, help our audiences with or whatever?
That's deep question.
Because obviously, like we've established, not everybody can have that quoted success or wealth or whatever. Like, I mean, you know, success is the wrong word. Be rich, because you can be successful in your own right, innit? But yeah, like if you see your friends financially going up or whatever, and you're like, what do you do to sort of console yourself? How do you sort of stop yourself from becoming a hater or foul or whatever it is, sour, whatever it is?
Mike.
You know what it is? I say comparison is a thief of joy.
Come
on. Do you get what I mean? So for me, it's like, I can't say I love you, man, and then see you shining and be like, oh, why does he get down? I don't have that. Then I don't really love you.
Yeah.
For me, even going back to the original question, like, I don't really feel like I aspire to be rich. What I really want in life is freedom.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it kind of touches on what Shegs was talking about in terms of I can have all the money in the world and not be free. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm working, you become a corporate slave to a certain extent. You have all the money, but you really enjoy it. There's certain careers that you get the money, but it's like you're getting to work at 7 a.m. You're leaving at 10. You're waking, like, I don't want that. And I feel like you got to sacrifice something. And when I look at it in terms of what life is like, to reach that status of like money or whatever, like, am I willing to sacrifice some of the intangibles to get there? I'm not. I'm not willing to sacrifice family time. I want to spend time with my family.
So from
Go on.
like a coping mechanism standpoint, in terms of, let's say if you were to be in a situation, so how would you sort of be able to deal with that sort of level of sort of pressure or whatever? Like what mechanisms would you put in place for yourself?
I would. That's what I'm saying. It's like comparison is a thief of joy. It's one of those ones where.
So you'd remind yourself that comparison is a thief of joy.
That-
as a practical.
All our journeys are different. Our success will look different for us.
Yeah. So
Do you know what I'm saying?
So you're saying a practical thing you would do is tell yourself that comparison.
But then it depends on what my goals are then. So if, I don't know, you have millions, but my goal in life is not to have millions, I'm happy for
No, but
you.
I'm talking about you practically, not about hypotheticals now. I'm saying specifically, what would you do in a scenario where you feel like, right, okay, cool, like things, like how do you guys practically, what, like let's say people are watching, what would you do to sort of, give as an advice? That you can't come
Wait, what do you mean?
I think Mike's saying that his mindset will even take him there.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm saying, because my thing is, like, I'm not focused, like, my measure of success is not by what I physically have.
Yeah.
It's
But the
about
thing is, that's
what
I'm
I'm
saying.
able to do.
It's not even just about physicals though, because people can have the things that you want within that realm that you're talking about. So my thing is, it doesn't have to be necessarily financial or whatever. But what I'm saying is, when you're in a position you feel like, because we're saying not everybody can be, astronomically sort of successful. So what do you do when you're in a scenario and you see people taking off, but you kind of, because I feel like this is something we all deal with, right? So practically, how do you deal with those emotions?
But then that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like practically,
To
how
make
do
it
you deal with those
relatable,
emotions?
let's flip it like this. If the success that those around you are experiencing are the level of success that you desire, so fair enough, your level of success may not be associated with money, but it can be associated with the freedom you alluded to. Now, someone around you has got a level of success where they're so free, you're always going to work Monday to Saturday, whatever. They're just chilling all the time because they're sustainable now, they've got money coming in. what do you do in that situation where they're literally living the life you're aspiring to live?
Like, how do you sort of, because obviously I'm not saying that right, you're comparing yourself to someone, but you know, as humans, sometimes you will have certain thoughts or certain, because we're not perfect, you understand? So what I'm trying to say is when you have those thoughts that sort of try and drag you to hell or drag you to a darker place, how do you bring yourself back to tell yourself, no, actually, bro, I got this plan.
I know.
For me, okay, so two things. Firstly, I have this unwavering belief that things will always work out for me. They always do.
Okay.
So I never even worry. You just got there first. We're both gonna chop this thing. You just got there first. So actually, that kind of sounded
Pause, bro.
that sounded mad.
Yeah,
But
yeah, you know.
but we're both gonna reach this goal. You might just got there first. That's one. Two, for me, I feel like I draw a lot of strength in, like, if I was to ever be in that situation, I gotta talk to the man upstairs, man. I gotta talk to God. I'd be like, I can't lie to you.
Practical stuff.
Not on a, I'm jealous of my friends, but it's like, God, I see what you're doing for others, big man.
Show me the map, bro.
Bro, what are they doing? I'm not there, big man. Bro.
Do you know what I'm trying to draw out? Do you know what I'm trying to draw out? I'm trying to draw out practical sort of mechanisms.
Yeah.
that people can kind
I've
of
got
use. So
one.
what
You
about
go first,
guys?
right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. First thing I do is anytime I get that thought, I pray for the individual and I pray for them to be more successful.
Okay.
That's the first. That's the first thing I do. Because I realize the devil is such a. I say the devil because I'm a Christian. He's very conniving. Like he tries to use those opportunities for you to even feel malicious to that individual, create some sort of ill will towards that person. I'm thinking, you know what? I'm going to change this. I'm even going to ask God to even multiply this person even further. That's the first thing I do, and that for me gives me a calmness. The second piece is motivation. And as my parents say to me, they don't have two heads. So whatever they're doing, bro, that's motivation. Go, I want to chat to that person, bro. How did you do it, bro? What was the roadmap? What did you do? Who did you chat to? What did you network? How did you think about this business? What was your methodology? Because for me, it's this year, bro, scan. And if I've got a strategy, bro, the strategy is yours too. So why would I not share my playbook? So I ain't got no problem. So for me, it's like
remove the pride from the situation.
100%. Because fam, if this is chopping 200 M's here, and he says, "Yo, bro, this is a pattern. Let's pattern up now. Let's go."
What you said, in my opinion, requires a certain level of humility. Do you know what I mean? Because some people won't want to show that raw, like, bro, how did you do? Some people don't want to have that energy, bro. Some people want to keep that raw, like, nah, bro, I got shit pattern, like. They want to keep that vibe. So having that sort of stance, it takes humility. So I think
There's one thing I heard, you can't be broke and proud. I swear to you.
That sounds so
I swear to you. You can't be.
That was lit.
You can't be broke and proud. Like big man thing. Like
you tell him again.
You can't be broke and proud. Obviously, as men, there's an element of pride. Like, I don't want to ask my boy this or. Bro, you can't
learn to ask.
Well, you gotta learn to ask.
Man.
I need help.
Help me.
Help me. Nigga, help me. Like, you know what I mean? You
Look at my CV, bro. Does this make sense?
Bro, big man, I'll send you the CV. I'll send you, bro. I can't lie. I'm applying to your company. How did you bust it? Type thing. Like, can't be broke and proud.
I would say, like, I think there's genuinely wisdom in trials, and I'm a strong believer of. I want a juicy story in it. Come on. I know if you know what I mean by that.
Yeah,
like,
you want the testimony to mix.
It's so good like this. If all I've ever experienced is just everything great. Yeah. And even if you look at, I'm a Christian as well, so it's like, when you look at some stories in the Bible, how boring would it be if everything was just perfect? Like, I just came to you, man, today. Yeah, I'm a millionaire, but I've always been a millionaire. And I've always got every job I want. And I've always just experienced success in everything I've done. It's boring. I'm someone who, I want a juicy story. And the reason for that is because it's able to inspire others. If I don't have things I've lived through and I'm just living through other people's experiences, how am I going to help others? If all I can say to you is I've always been successful. So for me, in situations like that, I draw inspiration from it because it's like, okay, so God is working. He's done it for my man. That's cool. My time is coming. Let me be happy for him. In fact, let me even speak with this guy. In fact, how he's experienced his success may not even be how I'm going to experience. That's another thing that people don't want to accept, because you can go to someone for the blueprint and do exactly what they did and it doesn't bang you. And there's a reason for that, because there may be a different journey and a different story that God is writing for you, and it requires you to experience different trials and a different journey completely, because you're gonna crack another way of achieving it, and it'll help other people. So for me, mainly is just, don't worry, my story's still being written. I'm not dead yet. I'm still breathing. So my story's still being written. So there's still chance to turn this around, you get it?
And I think the reason I sort of just wanted to ask that sort of question is just so that, like we talk about practical ways of dealing with certain emotions that I feel like us guys or men that we go through, do you know what I mean, when we have certain issues. So, definitely.
You know what it is, yeah? Sorry, just to add, I feel like there's two sides to it. You mentioned two sides.
Yeah.
So the sides that you guys have spoken about is like where we're on like the lower end, where it's like you're the one that is like your friends are kind of taking off, but yours hasn't quite kick-started yet, which I agree with you. I think definitely pride is something that hinders you from maybe soaking in what can even elevate you to that level. So once you swallow pride, then that can allow you to tap into a certain realm where it's like, okay, I can actually do this as well. But what would you guys do like if you're on the other end? So it's like you're the one that's like kind of taking off. How do you like support your friends as well? Because sorry, just to bring in a quote that I think everyone's kind of familiar with in terms of your network is your network. So I think one of the things that gives us comfort is that because we're all kind of like, okay, I look at like you guys and okay, everyone here is like doing well. You know what I'm saying? They're good people, they're doing well. So it's like I've got confidence that I'm in the right crowd. Do you get what I don't really worry like that. If you're not in the right crowd, then it's a bit tricky. You might need to change your situation. So for us, what would you do using that first question? If you want 2 mil, obviously that's gonna take you like, how do you like the dynamic of your friends now? What do you do?
I feel like one thing for me, I will say, is that information sharing is very important. Like I feel like people shouldn't sort of, if I was to be a friend that, like you said, went up or whatever, and information sharing, and if you're in a position where you can sort of bless people's lives to a certain degree, because obviously you still want to you don't want to sort of like completely like just release all your funds on just your friends or whatever, but if you can bless them in a certain way or alleviate, then cool. But generally speaking, information sharing, always be able or willing to sort of help out or whatever. If you're in that position and you know that, this person's still grafting, trying to, be that support, support that person, because if it's supposed to be your family or your friends or whatever, then like who else are you putting that energy into? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so like if you are in a position where you can sort of see someone needs support or see someone needs help, be that support, innit? Try and be that help. Don't, again, take pride out of the situation. Don't think that, because you've reached a certain level, that's always going to be that position. You're always going to be in that position. Bro, that person that you might be looking down on or you might not want to share the information with, in a few years, he's going to remember that, my man didn't try to help me still. So it's like, it's one of those ones where for me, it's like, just be very willing to sort of help people out in a, but obviously it takes that person also having the humility to come to you as well. So it's a two-way thing.
You know what? You just reminded me of something. Kind of one thing I always tell people is that, okay, cool, you could be number one now, but you're not gonna be number one forever. So the person you're supposed to help might bust, and he might have a mad lick. Now you're looking up to my man.
You get me?
And you really should be going to him to ask for the blueprint. But you can't go to him because when he asks you for the blueprint, he's
exactly.
And for me, it's like, and I always say to myself, like, cool, God, you've done well in my life, but I can't always be like this. So I'm always going to help everyone around me. I'm always going to support. If I have influence, I'm going to show and use it as much as I can. Because, fam, like, if I can move doors for you, and then in 10 years' time you move doors for me, fam, I might help you make your jump to $1 million. You might help me make my jump to $1 million to $1 billion. Bro, this journey is never ending. We're always going to need support. And you can't be greedy with that.
I just want to add the caveat, and I don't want it to sound like we're doing things because you want something back. No, it's just literally like you just never know how life will go in it. So because of that, just be wise with how you move, innit? So
there's certain things as well that you might not even be the one to reap the blessings. It might be your kids.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like there's certain things where it's like, again, going back to what you said about your network is your network. It's like, I enjoy how everyone's excelling in different areas. You got the law, the banking, the this, the that, entrepreneurial, all of that stuff. It's like, in my head, I'm just thinking how lit it's gonna be, because it's like, when we have kids, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can just imagine my son comes to me like, Dad, I want to try this law thing. What?
Pattern.
Biz,
Can you
come on,
come
son.
and-
Just a spring internship.
Yeah,
Like, you're
can you
what?
come and do
What,
something?
my kid, Shegs. My daughter wants to. Could you? And
Quick.
to be honest, that's. It's not necessarily what you know. It's sometimes who you know that could give you that breakthrough, and then you do with the opportunity what you deem fit.
I find that point so mad because it's like, you see how as black people in this country, we're now creating opportunities that our counterparts already have. So like for them, when they're trying to get into certain industries, their dad's friends or whatever know people. We're now we're creating that, and we may not see it yet. But when we're getting older, you're gonna realize how mad what we've done is. Because it's like, our children are not gonna struggle how we had to. So our parents came in, that was already the big jump. We've now got into these, we've infiltrated certain industries and sectors. So now when we have kids, it's like, you think my child is gonna have to be doing? No.
We're building
I'm
foundation.
calling Uncle Hamid, bro.
Yeah,
That's him.
Oh look, can they come to your house, bro?
You know what though?
They're so mad.
Now I think like what you just said, the point makes sense as to why our parents stressed us so much when we were in school. Because the level of work they probably, and the type of work they've had to endure and do to get us to where we. Do you know what I mean, bro? We should have read our book well, because bro, the level that we're trying to go now, it's like building on whatever they've done. And if you haven't got a foundation, I'm not saying that you have to go to school. It's not the school thing, but I'm just saying work hard at something. If you work hard at something or whatever, then you're building on whatever they've got foundation. Because bro, some of our parents grew up in the slums in that. Do you get me? So like, it's like,
And even if you think about like even what you said, the jump from like our parents to us, that's why I'm so optimistic for the future.
Come on.
Because some of our parents, our first generation,
trust me.
Fam, we need to do a pod on that, man.
That's
I'm proper optimistic about the future because looking at where our parents started and the advances they made compared to like where we're at now, bro, leaps and bounds. I feel like compared to our parents, we're richer than they were at our age. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When you factor inflation,
But sorry, economists.
Even with the inflation, bro.
Economists.
But I get the point.
Well, yeah,
Cost of living is.
But compared to where I envision what our kids are gonna do compared to where we finish off, it's gonna be absolutely insane.
Nah, I hear you, man. I can't lie. With the whole thing that you man were talking about, I'll say I'm a big advocate of supporting friends. Obviously, like I hear what you're saying when you said when people are like thriving and all that stuff, you just look at them, you're thinking, right, like I used to be that person, now I'm not that person, and there's a jealous eye, and you're just thinking, damn, like. I used to be that person. But then obviously people are looking at you like, wow, bro, you fell off. And then in your head, big man thing, in your head, you're thinking, it's real though. It's real talk. You're thinking in your head like, sugar, like, do I even talk about my problems, etc., etc. But the thing about me personally, I'll always support my friends, whether they're in this position or they're doing this business, etc., etc. Because you never know. Times, where they'll be there for you, man.
That's it.
So literally, man.
Boy, be live.
Yeah.